Yo, this is why I love one-shots. Expensive instruments or expensive VSTs that just aren't worth the money are not your only option when it comes to making beats. Instrument one-shots are the secret sauce to making fire beats that just are not talked about enough. They give you a lot of control that other VSTs just can't, such as glide notes, or even simple things like panning and velocity. They're also easily affordable, being either free or extremely cheap, and there's a lot of major songs made with just one-shots. I've used one-shots, I've made one-shots, you've probably even used one-shots without realizing it because the drum samples you use are one-shots. So here's why one-shots are so great to use. I need to tap out my BPM. Yo, 155, that felt right to me personally. I don't know about y'all, but that felt good for me in my soul. I need to go into my one shots, or I could just go into one of my own personal kits, because I do have kits, which are all on presetsupply.com. Shameless plug. Let me see. I kind of want like a key, a piano. And the beautiful thing, like the trick to one shots is knowing their limitations, playing into their strengths. And it's a little weird. All VSTs kind of work like this, but it's a lot more noticeable with one shots. It's kind of snazzy. I'm gonna throw that in. I'm probably gonna start off with this. And what not a lot of people talk about with just any kind of one shot, whether it's a drum one shot or anything, is your ADSR, your envelope. You got your attack, decay, sustain, release. If you don't know what these are, they're pretty self-explanatory. Just imagine the sound coming in here, and this is a visual representation of the audio of that sound, how it's going to be volume-wise. Because most one shots are tuned to a note, so for example, this one shot here, this is tuned to C5, right? At the same time, because it's in resample mode, if I bring it down an octave, it will be stretched. It'll be elongated. So it's a longer note. You know, basic stuff. Vice versa if we go up. And because of that, it does not sound too great in some of these octaves. Let's like keep this kind of basic. We'll go like this. And then we can kind of get a little funky, freaky over here, I guess. Something like that. One of my personal favorite things to one shots in general is that you can reverse them, and because of this you can get some interesting sounds from them too still. Bro, that's nasty. I just need to tweak, I need to tweak the envelope a little bit, get that working in my favor a bit more. I'm gonna spaz around up here real quick. We could do something with this. I'm gonna take this and I'm just gonna duplicate this. We'll use this somewhere, some point, somehow, some way. But right now we're gonna focus on what we do have going well for us. Nice. So we go 1-4-2, which mind you is a very good trap progression. And another great thing about one-shots, unlike VSTs, some VSTs mind you, unlike some VSTs, one-shots allow you to mess around with the velocity, everything native to FL, the pan, the release, the pitch, you can glide notes, like you can get creative with it. And that is, it opens up a world of things that you can do that you wouldn't have been able to do before. Oh, bro, that's nasty. That is just nasty. That is so nasty. I love it. Oh! Yeah, I found what I need. Yes, and then I need some reverb on that. I don't need anything too crazy. Like, I just want this to be an impact. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. That's like a very good texture. That's what I look for. A lot of one-shots that I use, I end up looking more so for a texture than anything else. Because I kind of just like being able to texture stuff. There's a lot of room to spaz on this. Like, let me go, like, I need something other than a key. Oh, I'm like trying to make something that's not just the same pattern. But because so many one-shots are just, they're not actually playing C5, or they're playing like C3 instead on the note that is C5, you don't have to move around the octaves as much. You want to play with the octaves that actually sound good with the one-shot. You know what, maybe this sound actually is what I need. I think this is the direction I'm supposed to be going in, but I'm not too sure. Yo, a lot of the times I like to cut out a lot of frequencies on sounds that I want to sit more just in the background of my overall melody. See, and one thing that you can do with these, because they're one shots that you can't do otherwise, is you can do the glide notes like I talked about. I'm gonna take the velocity all the way down, glide onto the same note. I'm also gonna pan them opposite directions, just because it'll sound really cool, nice and wide. And now it's like a reverse version of the one shot going into what I have. Sometimes with some of my one shots, like more of like the flute runs kind of sounds. Like something like that, just a little bit more textured, something along those lines, I'll slap in there just as a wave file. And it'll fit. I just need to make sure we got the right note. Now, what I like to do with almost all of my melodies is kind of render all the sounds out and work with them from that standpoint a little bit more than what I'm doing right now. Another cool thing that you can usually do when you render out your melodies is you can make something unique and kind of have it layered. Like you can have a layer pitched up, pan it a little bit to one side, have another layer pitched down, pan it, and just kind of mess around with that. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of liked this better before. Now I feel like this needs some kind of effect to really bring it together. So where do we go? We go to Portal the Goat. Those are both hard. I'm gonna render a copy of those out, and then I'm gonna kind of like layer them together to make something cool. Now, if you didn't know, FL Studio 21 added in this beautiful formant shifting capability. It lets you shift the formant up or down however much you want, which is really nice when you're messing around with one shots or just wave files like I am here. I'm gonna leave that pretty basic. this in, and because I said I'm gonna add it in, I might as well just add it in anyways. I'm going to add this in. Oops, I spelt it wrong. And all this needs to really be is just like some kind of like just a note, a single note. God damn! Ooh! Yo, this is why I love one-shots.